Girl, what's wrong with you now? Samia. She's sniffling and going on, so she want me to ask without her even telling me. What happened? What happened? He broke up with me and I just don't know. I don't know how to feel anymore. I'm just tired. Girl, let's talk about it. Hey everybody, I have to say this. I'm still getting used to being on camera. I'm still nervous or whatnot, but I do enjoy it. So anyway, thank you so much for coming on to my channel, or welcome to my channel. I am your host, A Dose of Soooooo. And of course, my name is Soooooo. Let's start off with this. I know people like to jump into videos, and I do too, because I'm one of those people that if it's going a little slow, I'm gonna fast forward. But if you are new here, I am going to say that I am, I don't know, excuse me. I don't know if I want to say a lifestyle channel or advice channel. I'm a 30-something-year-old, and I have experienced a lot of life, and I just wanted to share my experiences with you so that you know, can see red flags or not go through the same thing I went through. I'm really trying to save you some time in your life so that you can have a very fun, awesome, productive, loving yourself, self-love, all that good life. So, okay. So tonight's topic, or today's topic, because it's still daylight outside. First of all, if you know me, you know I have to get my shot. So if you got your shots, get your shots together, because we're going to take a shot, okay? Tonight is a tequila night. Tonight is a tequila night. But anyway, let's go ahead and take this shot, and I am going to go ahead and get started. Whew. Anyway, I see the ring light circle, so I gotta take these out. Okay. So tonight I am covering heartbreak, breakups, just the downfall of relationships. I have looked on Google and the YouTube and saw that this is one of the #1 topics that is searched. Like, people are really trying to figure out how to get over it, how to remove it, how to delete that they were ever in a relationship. So I came up with some things, because I've been in a couple of relationships myself, believe it or not. I came up with a couple of things to talk about as far as like do's and don'ts. I think I believe. Yeah, but that might be right too. But anyway, I want to make this a good video. I don't want to make this a sad, somber video, because I could start crying in a minute. Not to say that I'm one of those like crybabies, but I can start crying in a minute. So let's jump into it. I wrote down, so if you see me look down, I got notes because I don't want to forget what I'm gonna say, okay? Excuse me. Okay, so I have 5 do's and don'ts each of what to do when you are going through the breakup stage. Yes, it is. Relationships are, to me, like an addiction. You learn that person, you know that person, you see this person all the time, you talk to this person learns about you, finds out about your, good and bad things, finds out who you are, you know, y'all fall in love with each other and you're intoxicated off of the high of just being with one another. So I always say love is like an addiction. It's like an addiction. So when you break up, oh, there is the withdrawal. The withdrawal. My God. Oh my God. And, you know, women, of course, we go through it, but men go through it too. And I think sometimes, and this is jumping off topic, but I think sometimes we forget that men have feelings to, you know, go through emotions when it's a breakup. And I know sometimes if I've heard from other men when they go through it, it's like, it's hard to actually cope with because you really don't have anybody to really sit there and talk to. You know, it's your boys or whatever, you know, your boys like, you know, no, just get over it, you know, she wasn't shit, or whatever the hell their go-to phrases or whatnot. But sometimes, you know, men, they need to talk about it too. So, okay, relationships are so good. They can be wonderful. And a lot of the times, we as people
stay longer than what we should.
Even, and I don't have children, but even if you have children, sometimes you stay in those relationships longer than you should. So one day, I think it was last week, I was listening to MJ Harris. He's another YouTuber. Very funny man. I get a lot of my advice from him, and he's good to listen to. He said that most of the time a person stays in a relationship because of low self-esteem or low funds in your bank account. So either you feel like, oh, I'm not gonna find anybody that's gonna love me like this person or that like me like this person, or, oh, I don't have nowhere else to go and I'm staying with this person, man or woman. You know, there's
some men that be finessing these women now. Some of y'all out there.
But yeah, it's most of the time one of the two. And a lot of times too, you know, when these, you know, divorces happen, you know, it's sometimes it's finances, you know, it's, you know, I'm gonna stop saying, you know, like you already know what I'm about to say. I'm gonna stop that. But anyway, he said that it is lack of self-esteem and it is low funds. And I can relate to both, okay? I did stay due to lack of self-esteem, and I did stay due to lack of funds. Now, they were not at the same time, but it did happen. So there you have it. So let's go ahead and get into these do's and don'ts about breakup. First do, when you have a breakup. These are not in any particular order. This is just how it came to my mind, and you probably guessed it. I probably had a cocktail or two when I was making this list. So take a deep breath. That is number one. Do take a deep breath because you are out of a relationship now. So take a deep breath and just think about what it is to come. What's next for you? Okay, that's number one. Take a deep breath before you do anything because life is changing for you right now, okay? Man or woman. This is for man or woman. Woman or man. I hate female. Ooh, I hate that word. Ooh, I hate that word with a passion. So I'm not gonna say female or male. I'm gonna say man or woman, okay? So number one on the don't is don't go traipsing around these social media. Just leave it alone. You know, back in the day, we didn't have social media like that. We had go over their house and see if they there or see if somebody else is there type of shit. It wasn't no social media around like that. And then when it got to, and this is for my older people, when it got to social media, it can be a lurking type person, it got bad. It got bad because it opened a door of stalking that we were not used to and we took advantage of. So yes, that's don't go traipsing around that social media. It's gonna kill you. It's gonna kill you. So number 2 of a do is, y'all gonna hate me for this, but I have to say it. It's okay to think about the horrible times. A lot of times when we break up, we thinking about all the good times. We thinking about when we were with the family, when they calling you family, when his mother's calling you daughter-in-law, you know, when y'all go on these dates, or, you know, when sex is good, it's just like, damn, you know. But now you have to think of, why did we break up? So did we break up because of, you know, lies? Did we break up because of infidelity? Did we break up because somebody wasn't truthful? Did we break up because, you know, we grew apart? Like, what is the reason that you broke up? Because if everything was peaches and cream, y'all still be together. To don't list, I just made that up. Sorry. Okay. You know the saying, to get over somebody is to get under somebody else. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. That's the worst advice ever. Just don't do it. I'm gonna say don't do it off strength, because when you do that and you get up under somebody, you start comparing. Not to really put my business out there, but to put my business out there. There was a time that I had a breakup with somebody, and there was an intimate act, we should say, and I ended up calling the new man the old man name. You gotta be careful. And I know the women's like, oh, you slipped up. Oh, you slipped up. I know I slipped up, but I shouldn't have did it in the first place. I should have just, you know, went on about my life and tried to fix things on myself, because sometimes in a breakup, it's not so much what the other person did, but also what you brought to it, you know? So let's put that on out there. Just don't climb up under nobody else to get over somebody, because at the end of the day, when them climbing up under them other people is done and you have to go back to that house by yourself, you back to thinking about that old person. It is what it is. It is what it is. And to piggyback on that, just to give you a little backstory, okay? I happen to know somebody, of somebody that does not live by the don't climb up under somebody. It's more so climb over somebody to keep somebody else, and so you don't be by yourself. So this person that I know is under 40 and has been married 3 times. I'll let y'all do the math on that one. My number 3 to do is take time to heal. Take time to heal. And that goes back to the person that I know that has been married a few times and is under the age of 40. You can never give me any advice if you've been through it like that. But yes, take time to heal, because you have to heal. You got to, okay? You went through something traumatic, such as a breakup. Breakup is traumatic because it does so much to you mentally. It does so much to you physically. So it's good that you take that time to heal. You need to heal. You got to heal. You need to find out within yourself, again, what is it I need to work on? So in my next relationship, because there'll be a next one, in my next relationship, I'll avoid doing these things in order to keep myself happy as well as the next person happy. Because like I said, it's not always about that other person. It could have been some things that you did. So healing is going within yourself and figuring out who you are, what you like, what your hobbies are, what your hobbies are, who you want to be, all that. So it's okay to heal. It's okay to sit in it. Yes, it's gonna burn. It's gonna burn like hell. But a lot of us don't take the time out to heal, and that's why we're always in one relationship, going to another relationship, when we didn't do the proper work in the first place. Number 3, don't. Don't indulge on them drugs. Don't indulge on them drugs. Please don't indulge on them drugs. Drugs is a horrible drug. Them drugs is a horrible drug. Now, I'm not a druggie. But I did pick up that bottle a lot. I picked up that alcohol bottle a lot, and it did not help that the alcohol place where they hold all the spirits was not even a minute from my house. So if you know me, that's telling my business. That's you know where I live at. But yeah, Alcoholics Anonymous was a whole lot further than the alcoholic store. So I did take those trips very frequently. Sorry. I did take those trips very frequently. So I'm telling you, if you can, leave the drugs. Leave the drugs, leave the coke, leave the pills, leave the, stuff I don't even know anything about. Leave all that alone. Leave the Captain Morgan, leave the Hennessy, leave the Altos, leave all that alone if you can. The tequila, the bourbon, the scotch, the gin, the cocktails, the sex on the beach, the love on the island, the he forgot about me and drove off into the sunset with somebody else. Like, leave all that alone. Just don't. If you can, just don't. Get to a place where you can drink healthily. That ain't a word, but we gonna use it today. Get to a place where you are able to drink in good spirit and not in I needed to cope. Number 4 to do when you're out of a breakup, this is the time to flourish. This is the time to find out who you are. Find you another stream of income. Find you some more money. Because a lot of times when people are about their money and they're thinking about some money, they don't have time to be thinking about other stuff now. You're human. You're going to think about that person. You're going to think about the relationship. But you're human. So, say for instance, you get into another stream of income and you are working your business and things are going good. You might run into Mr. Right now, or Mr. Right, or Mrs. Right now, or Mrs. Right. You never know. But you didn't go into finding a stream of income for that. You went into finding a stream of income so that you can do more things. You can travel. You can see different things. You can see family members that's out of state. You can see friends that's out of state. You can go and eat the finest food. You can go to the best clubs if you're still doing that. Get you another stream of income because it'll keep you busy. It'll keep your mind going, and it'll have you to throw yourself in something where you are not idle thinking, because idle thoughts is the devil's playground. Number 4, do not let the breakup be a topic of conversation to everybody that you talk to. People will in the beginning act like they care because they nosy. But going forward, it's one of those things where it's like, okay, you've talked enough. I know his social security number by now by how much you talked about him. I know what size drawers she wear because of what you just said about her right now. And I kind of just don't care. They're not going to tell you that, but that's exactly how they feel. They're like, okay, now this person needs to get over it. Now, it's bad because they are not going through that. And of course, they would want somebody to be there for them when they do go through that. But at the point, you are going through that. So if you have a counselor, if you have, if you're religious and you have a pastor, or if you have a close friend that do not mind listening to these stories, that is who that's for. But not everybody else. Everybody else is not going to, they're not going to tell you that they don't want to hear it, but they will give you subtle signs to say, okay, move on. It's time for you to move on. So again, breakups are like a death too. So you're grieving, and it's okay. Everybody handles them differently. Just like everybody handles grief differently if you've been through that. So all I'm saying to you, if you are able to find the resources out here to talk to somebody and to get those thoughts off of your chest and out of your mind, and maybe have somebody to help you because somebody may need more help than the next person, find you help. It's okay, find you some help. And I'm going to, next video will be about mental health and how important it is to listen to those inner thoughts going forward. Okay. Yes, I actually do have a lastly for number 5. Number 5 is a combination of a do and a don't. Do not, and this piggybacks off the last one, do not lose yourself in grief. Do not lose yourself in sadness and depression. I know it's easier said than done because I've done it. I've lost myself in depression. I've lost myself in stress. There was a breakup I went through that my hair fell out. My hair fell out on the sides. I lost so much weight. I didn't eat. I didn't go to sleep, you know. So it's hard not to say because everybody's mind and body is different of how they react to certain situations. All I'm saying is you will probably go through some of those things, but I just ask that you don't get lost in it and try to find your support system quickly so that you can bounce back and flourish into the person that you're trying to be next, okay? Lastly, again, another, this is a to-do. Begin to love yourself. Love who you are going to become after this breakup, because you are going to become somebody different, especially if you don't decide to go back. Now, if you decide to go back, that's on you, and you can watch this video again, and we can go through this again, and it's okay. You know, we all slip up, okay? We ain't nobody perfect. We all slip up. But you're now on a different journey. You're now on a journey to learning who you are. So self-love, self-care is primary in your life. Knowing that you are wanting to change who you are, to be a better person. And change is good. Sometimes we do need change because sometimes we're stuck in our ways and it's just not how we're gonna find our Prince Charming or our Cinderella, however you want to relate it, you know, whatever. It's just not. So self-love is like your number one thing to focus on after a breakup. Yes, grieve. Yes, sit in the sadness. Sit in it. You got to. Because each day you do, each time you do, gets you closer to a better you, to a happier you. But work on that self-esteem, because a lot of times when we go through breakups, that self-esteem is gone. Shots, okay? Work on that self-love, because if you don't love yourself like you should, nobody else will. work on the self-care. Self-care is not just a Sunday thing, it's a everyday thing. Your affirmations, your prayers, your meditation, your shower, because I need you to take a shower, your cleaning your house up, you're going out into the world, because a lot of times we can sit back in the house, climb up under the bed, climb up under the sheets, and don't come out for a couple of days. I know, I've done it. But I had to fight. I had that fight in me to know that this is not how life is supposed to be. I need to take better care of myself. And with you taking better care of yourself is a self-care routine. So, that is it. That is all I have. I have talked long enough. I know y'all tired of me. I'm trying to think what else is coming up real quick. I told you I'm doing a mental health video. And that is just, like a freestyle here. It's just a freestyle. It probably won't be long like this. But like I said, heartbreak and breakups are like the #1 thing that's being researched, because people want to know either how to get them back or how to get them gone, like permanently. So, I think that's it for right now. I think, okay. So, today, song of the day, and I like to do, and this is something new I'm gonna be doing, but the song of the day is going to be Tiffany. I believe her last name is Goucher. I hope, please. If I murdered it, I'm sorry. But Tiffany Goucher has a song called Red Rum Melody. And it's just one of those songs where, you sit back, you might have a nice little patio, a nice little porch, or you might be with your new love. You might be with your new boo. I hate that. Your new boo. But you might be with your new person, and y'all just sitting out. It's a nice day outside, and you got your glass of wine or your shot of tequila, and you put this song on, and it's just one of those things where y'all just intertwining energies, because it's just that type of song. So, yes, Tiffany Goucher, go take a listen to it, and that's it. So thank you so much for coming by, and kept y'all longer than what I needed to. Almost 30 minutes. Golly, almost 30 minutes. But yes, y'all have a wonderful day whenever you watch this, and I love y'all to the moon and back. And please, 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 I forgot to say, comment down below if you are going through something like this, and if you are, what are you doing to cope? Because other people want to know what it is that they can do that maybe they haven't thought of, or maybe I didn't say. So please, I would love you to comment below, subscribe to this wonderful channel that you're gonna get all your advice from. Like it. If you don't like it, dislike it. Tell me why you didn't like it. I'm here for it all. I'm here for it all. But that's it. So y'all have a wonderful day, and I will return very soon. On the road to get to 1,000 subscribers, okay? We are on the road to 1,000, okay? I'm almost at 100, but we on the road to 1,000, because that's Team Samil. That's what we gonna do, okay? So have a wonderful evening, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.